Otis is here, and you know it's a big week. Obviously, clearly, we've got National Signing Day coming up Wednesday. It's going to be huge, and you've been busy at work talking about some recruits. And Andy BOYKIN is a four-star D lineman. He has committed to the Arkansas Razorbacks. He's out of the state of Georgia.
Yeah, you know, people ask me about him, and let me tell you, I mean, here's a kid that was committed to Auburn at one time, and he's still not fully qualified, but Arkansas, he's close enough that Arkansas was willing to take that chance. But he reminded me a little bit of the Keel Byers situation, whereas if this kid had been a full qualifier a year ago or 6 months ago, he wouldn't be available right now. So you're talking about a difference maker at defensive tackle who is certainly worth the risk of taking. And you know, obviously Arkansas feels like he can qualify, or they wouldn't have offered him and then going to sign him. But he's a big kid. He's about, you'll see him listed at 260 on a lot of the websites, but he's 6'3.5", about 301 right now. Wow. I've been listing him at 306 because that's what he told me when I did that story around Christmas. But he's about 6'4", 301, and can play any of the defensive line spots. But I look for him to play inside, although he can play in. But yeah, that was a great pickup for Arkansas. He certainly, it's, you know, like I said, you know, Byers qualified. He went to Missouri and has certainly been a big help to them. BOYKIN is in the same type category and similar talent. I mean, this kid can play, and you know, I mean, he had offers, and Arkansas has got him, and as long as he gets into school and is here, he's going to make an impact. And I'm not talking about 2 or 3 years down the road. I'm talking about pretty quickly. So he's a good player.
Let's stay in the trenches because Terry Wells is a guy we've talked about a lot on this show, and he has committed to the Razorbacks. He's an old lineman who, really, when you look at it, it just seems like he has a great attitude for it. And just tell me about his makeup, just in terms of what he brings to Arkansas.
I actually ran into him this morning, too. He and his family, they were going back to Wynn. They spent the night up here. But Terry is a 2021 kid, first commitment for Sam in that class. Here's, you know, we talked about when he went to the combine down at San Antonio and was named the outstanding lineman there. I said, he's a kid, and there's some great talent in the state in that 21 and 2022 classes. But in the 2021, at the end of the day, as much as I like some of these other kids like Drayden Norwood and Aaron Outley and, you know, Mason and a bunch of these other kids, I think this kid may be the best player in the state when the dust settles. He's one of them anyway, but he's about 6'4", 6'5", 290 pounds, and can really play. Great. That's a great start for 2021. And I asked him, I said, you know, Sam being an ex-offensive line coach, how much does that mean to someone like you? You know, he said it means a lot because, you know, it tells you that he's always going to take care of the offensive line. So, you know, and he loved Brad Davis too. You know, so I mean, just a great fit. Had some offers, other offers, Kansas, you know, Southern Miss, a few schools like that, and he would have gotten a ton of offers had he waited. Because like I said, once you have a great combine down there in San Antonio in front of the recruiting services, you're going to get a lot of attention. And so, yeah, he would have picked up a lot more offers. But he had told me last summer, he was the outstanding offensive lineman at the camp here at the line camp. Yeah, and he told me then that if he got an offer to Arkansas, this is where he wanted to go. So he was just waiting until he came up here, met with the coaches, made it official, and that was, once again, I mean, it sounds kind of redundant, but he's a great pickup for Sam and the offensive line and Brad and all those guys over there. And he's from a great family. He's a great kid from a great family. So not just a great player, but a great person, great family. Just the whole thing fits perfectly.
Stepped up on the big stage there in San Antonio. Xavier Kelly, this is big because all you got to do is say Clemson, and everybody's like, whoa. They might get this guy. Xavier Kelly, he's in the mix. He just took an official to Arkansas. Again, Clemson grad transfer.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 305 pounds, defensive tackle. He went there as a defensive end out of Wichita East, 4-star defensive end. And, you know, some people wonder why he hasn't played a little bit more than he has, but here's the deal. He's played in 10 games. I mean, 10 games last year, 10 this year, and then 8 as a redshirt freshman. But he's played behind guys that went in the first round of the NFL draft. I mean, you're talking about a team
it's Clemson, I
mean, you're talking about guys, he's playing behind guys and sharing time with guys that went in the first round of the NFL draft. This would be a great pickup for Arkansas. I think they're going to get him. They did a good job recruiting him. He's supposed to let us know something, you know, he'll get it out there by Wednesday, probably at the latest. And but I don't think it'll go out that long. I really expect to hear something pretty soon on him. So, and I think it's Arkansas. I mean, there's been some talk about Kansas State. So, turns out he didn't even visit them. There was rumors that he had visited them the weekend before, but he didn't. So, I think he's going to Arkansas. And one reason he kind of left, he wanted to go where he, you know, he wants to play in the league. And he wanted to go where he'd have a great chance to show that. And Arkansas made a point to him. T.J. Smith, Sosa, Agim were the starting inside defensive linemen. They're gone now,
right.
So the opportunity is there. So this is a chance for him. And if Arkansas can get him to go with Andy BOYKIN from this weekend, that's just outstanding haul. This Xavier can really. I have to watch not to call him Xavier because Xavier Henry played for the Lakers. So Xavier, you know, I mean, he's got the size. He can be a run stopper. He can get pass rush. Be a great pickup for them. And someone that could help instantly. He'll have 1 year. He'd be an immediate impact player for him.
Kevin Compton from Watson Chapel, going to be a Razorback. And the great thing about this is that he just seems like this guy, well, he doesn't seem that way. He is somebody who certainly has flown under the radar.
Yeah, he has. And it's a shame because he's really a better player than, he's going to play wide receiver here. Because I didn't know if he played wide receiver or safety. He could play both. As a junior, he intercepted 12 passes back there in the secondary at Watson Chapel. He can catch it. He can run with it. He's 6'2", 175. I don't know how many people keep up that close with baseball, but he plays with the Arkansas Sticks travel baseball team, which is the, you know, that's the elite of the elite. Yeah. He plays center field, and he's talking about possibly eventually playing some baseball here. He's got some cousins that, I believe it's his cousins that signed to play here, you know. And so, yeah, I mean, he's going to play receiver. He's preferred walk-on for right now, but there's always a chance of getting a scholarship depending on how they fall with the numbers here at the end. But yeah, his parents were so proud of him. It's just. He's an in-state kid. He had an offer to Louisiana Lafayette. He had other offers. He had a preferred walk-on to Baylor. Didn't want any of that. Didn't even want the full scholarship. You know, Louisiana Lafayette won their they didn't win their conference. I'm sorry. They went to the conference championship game this year.
Had a good year.
Yeah, they did, and got a good coach in Billy Napier.
Coach Napier, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good coach, but he didn't want to go there as a full ride. He didn't want to go to Baylor. Wanted to be a hog, and Sam gave him the opportunity. And the thing about this kid is it didn't go to his head. He's so thankful, he and his family are so thankful to Sam for giving him this opportunity. Yeah. And when you get a kid like that, he's probably going to make the most of it.
Going to wear that Razorback with pride. We all know that. A couple of O-linemen, let's group these guys. 2022, Andrew CHAMBLEE. Marion Harris is a 6'6" kid out of Little Rock. Yeah. But CHAMBLEE is 6'7". What's the possibility here? What's going on with these two guys?
Okay, I talked to CHAMBLEE yesterday, and here's the deal. They've re-offered him. You know, Arkansas offered him before. He's got a long list. Both of these kids have a long list of offers. Yeah. They both were at junior day yesterday. They're both 2022 kids. But CHAMBLEE told me now that Arkansas has re-offered, he's met, and they've hired, in his words, one of the best offensive line coaches in the country. He said Arkansas is probably at the top of his list. And Marion's dad played here. He's got a bunch of offers, but I think Arkansas is pretty good shape for him. I missed him yesterday and get to talk to him, so I hate to put words in his mouth, but I know Arkansas has made him a priority. And but it's just those are type kids that probably at the end of the day, when they're ranked, are going to be two of the top 10 to 15, 20 offensive linemen in the nation in 2022, both of them. So, and both. CHAMBLEE also made that all combine team down in San Antonio. And Marion didn't go, but CHAMBLEE made the team as a 2022 kid. It made the underclassmen team. So these are guys that you can take and build an offensive line around. You take those two and Terry Wells, you're talking about three difference makers, Drew, and they're right here in the state of Arkansas. Joe T. Robinson, Maumelle, Wynn. So you're getting kids that are, if you get those two, you're getting kids inside the state, and I feel really good. I particularly good about CHAMBLEE, and at the end of the day, I really think Harris will be a hog. He's got some ties here. Okay, you go to Hogville, you see the name MALIK HORNSBY a lot. So what's the buzz with him? I don't know him. I don't even know who he is. No, I mean, MALIK HORNSBY's this four-star quarterback. He did not take his Baylor visit this weekend. He's a big-time player. He's got Arkansas up there. I really think Arkansas's in great shape for him. I mean, it's up to him when he wants to announce it, but I think it's going to be some good news rolling down there for Arkansas there with Malik. And what I just like to throw this out real quick on him. Asked him last week if when he was here on an official visit, did them signing Felipe or getting Felipe Franks, did that impact you? And he said it actually helped Arkansas because he wants to play immediately, but he said, you know, if I don't, I can learn from one of the best. So you like the attitude that he's not. They get Franks, he doesn't run from competition. He welcomes it, you know, and takes the attitude, hey, if I don't beat him out, I'll learn from him. You got to love that attitude. And that's kind of typical of what Sam and Kendall, and he's got a great relationship with Kendall Browse, too.
Yeah, really just embracing the process, Malik Hornsby. Jalen St. John, let's close with him. Jalen is an offensive lineman, and he's out of the St. Louis area. So, you know, you look at this staff, you look at Brad Davis, O-line coach, having come from Missouri, and you know the ties. You look at the connections up around that St. Louis area, and it's kind of an eye-popping thing when you look at the recruiting circles. But again, Jalen's a good one. Yeah,
he was committed to Missouri, and Barry Odom and Brad Davis, and he was committed to them. But when they left, he decommitted, and he visited Arkansas 2 weekends ago. Didn't go anywhere last weekend, and was supposed to be at Florida State this weekend and didn't go. So I think Jalen is another kid that Arkansas is counting on getting, and he's just, well, he's kind of like those guys I was just talking about, those other linemen. I mean, he's a difference maker on the offensive line. You put him with Ray Curry Jr., you know, they may have not signed 4 that, you know, like they wanted. There's still Marcus Henderson still out there, but they may not get 4 like they have intended to at first. But if they get St. John to go with Curry, they've got 2 of the best ones around. And then if you were to get Henderson to flip in there, you know, there'd be 3. So they're okay on the offensive line because you got to remember
what you got coming back.
Yeah, Luke Jones didn't play last year. And Noah Gatlin, I went blank on Noah's name for a second.
Got hurt.
Noah Gatlin got hurt on the first day of.
And this is a great point just in terms of what you retain.
Yeah, I mean, you got Luke Jones and Noah Gatlin coming back. Yeah, I mean,
Ricky Stromberg had a pretty good year. I mean, obviously he had some mistakes, but freshmen are going to do that.
Ty Clary, you know, Myron Cunningham. You've got Dalton Wagner.
Valuable experience there.
So you've got Bo Limmer. You've got a ton of guys coming back on the offensive line. So in the future, you may want to sign 4, but right now, if you only get 2 or 3, you're fine there. I mean, because like I said, Luke Jones transferred in, didn't get to play. He had to sit out, but he redshirted. He benefited from that. And then Noah Gatlin basically was, well, he did redshirt, but I mean, just play, you know, one practice in shorts and he tears his ACL.
Devastating in the preseason.
And he might have been the best offensive lineman on the team had he played. So, you know, I mean, he's in that conversation anyway. So, no, they're going to be fine on the offense. I really think the offensive line may be one of the most improved units on the team.
Okay, great stuff, Otis. Long list here, guys, as we get set for National Signing Day Wednesday. The Arkansas Razorbacks led by first-year head coach Sam Pittman. We're excited for it. Hogville.net to check out the work from Otis Kirk. We're back after this.